Hello, welcome. Long time since I've been live. I guess I did a painting last week. All right, I'm just getting ready to make a few ornaments slash tags for some gifts, and so let's do it together. If you're able to hop on, say hi, let me know what you're up to. How is your Monday? Crafting on Monday always makes Mondays better. So, this is not a new craft. It's been around probably for a while. But we are going to make some snowflakes out of these clothespins. And these ones I got at Walmart, a 50 pack. And I don't remember how much I got. A couple bucks probably. But I'm going to dismantle these real quick. So I'm not sure how many I'll need. I'm going to make a couple different ones. I think I'll do a stained one and then maybe a white one. But I've got some greenery here that I'm going to attach to them. And I'm actually going to make them for gift tags. I think using ornaments on gift tags is so pretty and kind of just that extra little touch. So that's the idea. And I have made so many of these in the past that I have got a billion of these little metal clips. And I can't throw them away because I figure I'll think of something to do with them. But I'm not sure what. So if you've crafted with the leftover pieces of the clothespin, the wire clips, let me know. They're just really cool. What do you do with them? I've seen people make necklaces out of them, put beads on the end and add them to a necklace, but jewelry just isn't my thing for crafting. Okay, so for this, all you need is some clothespins and some glue and some paint or stain and anything else you want to add to them. And I've seen them layered before. Hi, Lana. Christmas decorating today. Fun. I should say I'm about 95% decorated. I have one tub left to go through and finish putting up stuff. And then I will be done as well. Okay, I think we can get started with that. And let me see here. Let me just make sure I can see all the comments. So, a couple years ago when I was doing a craft show, I did a bunch of these. My mom and I did a ton of these, and when you're making a lot of them, it's super easy to dip them in your color or put them in a bowl with your color, whether that be watered down paint or stain, and then you just lay them all out to dry, and it makes it super easy to do a large quantity of these. But they're really pretty. And I was looking for some in my stash, and I actually must have sold them all. So I'm going to do just a simple design here. We're going to do a cross or an X, and then I'm going to come in on the corners of that and put these together here. So I just want to make sure I have enough here. And where are my comments? Okay, just making sure everything's okay. It is freezing in my office right now. There's really nice windows in my office, but they're not very insulated. So typically I would paint all the pieces first and then put it together. But I think I'm going to glue my individual little snowflake points and then paint it, and then I'll put them together. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun for this. And so we're just going to run a bead of some of this other stuff here. Just a bead of glue down the center. And then press it together really nice and tight. Hold for a few seconds. And these clothespins stain really well. So when my mom and I did them a few years back, we did a couple different stains. We did a dark stain and a light stain. And then we also threw them in a mixture of, I think it's, I can't remember, vinegar and steel wool, which gives you a more natural looking rust or a gray color. But it was super simple. I cannot believe we are in December already. And we finally got snow this last weekend. My husband and youngest son, who's 12, did the Polar Plunge, which is a fundraiser for Special Olympics in town. And it has not been winter weather. And the day before they do the Polar Plunge, winter decides to come, and not easy. It snowed and the wind was blowing and the temperature, gosh, was, I don't even know, super cold. Oh, one more. And so they did that. And it did not look like fun. But they got a good turnout anyways. So that was good. All right, we got our individual pieces. I'm going to stain them with the Waverly Antique Wax. And this comes from Walmart as well. So I'm just going to get a piece of paper down here so I can get kind of messy with my brushing. And do I have any brushes in here? I've been painting on my kitchen table, and I think I took all my brushes up. So 1 second, grab something. Here we go. This works. So this stuff is super user-friendly. You brush it on, and then you wipe it off. Similar to stain, except it's water-based, so you don't get all that icky smell. And it dries super fast. But see how there's all of these little crevices from where the clip was and whatnot? That's why if you're making a lot of them, I do recommend just getting a bowl of whatever color you're using, and you might have to water it down if you're using a paint or anything like that, and dipping them, because it is a little time consuming. And you can always, or also use a baby wipe or a rag to apply this, just like you would a stain. You just dip it in the rag and wipe it on and wipe it off. Either way works. The stuff is pretty versatile. It's actually really nice. And a bottle goes a long way. I think I've had this bottle for quite some time now, and it's gone through many projects. And I think this brand is only available at Walmart, the Waverly brand. And I'm sure each craft store has a brand that they use for chalk paint and wax. So let me know in the comments if you are crafting anything this season. Crafting decorations, maybe you're making something for somebody. Handmade gifts, maybe it's baking. That is not my thing. Baking is not. I've tried in the past, and I'll bake cookies. Don't get me wrong, I'll bake cookies for the family, but I'm not one to put together platters of baked goods. I would rather sit and craft. Hi Cara, how are you? We are just making a clothespin ornament / tag for a gift. I love adding ornaments to tags or to presents. Kind of a little extra something. And these always turn out so pretty. And they're cheap to make. All right, last one here. I also have a quick little tip on wrapping presents at the end. I'll show you. All right, so I'm going to take my towel here and we're just going to wipe these off really quick. Crocheting a blanket. Nice. Is it a gift, Cara, or just something for yourself? And see how that just looks. Nope, too close. It's blurry. Let's see if it'll focus for me. It's just got this really rustic vibe to it. I'm still too close. There we go. That's a little bit better. The most time-consuming part is almost done. And now we can glue this together. All right, so we've got all our pieces nicely stained, more rustic. And I wasn't too particular on how I wiped that stain off. So you'll notice I must have wiped a little bit more here and a little bit less there. But I like that look of it being a little darker in some areas as opposed to others. So, all right, so let's lay these out. Using our glue gun, I'm just gonna put glue on the so there's a tip here where the two meet, and then it comes at an angle on both sides. We really just need to put glue on the angle because there'll be a small little hole in the center as these come together. So I'm going to just start with one and just bring these in and go from that angle to another angle, and you can start to see there'll be that opening there. And if you had different sized clothespins, if you've got some of those smaller ones, you could layer them on top or add them in between the smaller ones. I think that's super cute as well, and maybe even using different colors. So you can see there's that small little opening in there. And if you were going to layer and add more to this, maybe a flower in the center, you could stick some hot glue gun down in that center, and that would just help hold the ornament together a little bit easier, or give it more holding power, I should say. A blanket for yourself. Awesome. All right. And then doing the same, I'm just going to add it to those rounded beveled pieces, and we're going to come in and press, and it's not going to take long for this glue to harden because it is a little chilly in my office. Oh, I might not be dry enough here. It's not sticking, and it popped off there. Maybe I should have put it together all the way. Let's try some different glue. Let's see if we can get this stuck. My wax is still a little damp, which is causing nice thing. Good purchase there. So I'm just peeling off the excess glue from where it wasn't sticking here. And we're going to try something else here. Got this other tack glue. We'll give it a try. Hopefully it's not frozen. Right. This one says stick fast, so it's kind of like a super glue. It's a new glue I've never used before, so we'll see how it goes. This will be a good test. Instant CA adhesive. So have you guys got all of your Christmas shopping done? Are you holding off? Almost there? We are about, I think we only have just a few more gifts to get. We typically get really, we're really ambitious to start with, and we get most of it done. And then we're like, all right, we only have 1 or 2 left, so then we don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, it's like a week before Christmas, and we're like, eek, we still need so-and-so's gift, and then we're scrambling for the last 2 to 5 gifts. Okay, so hopefully this sticks. And if it doesn't, well, I'll just have to put one together that isn't painted quite yet. I think it's gonna, hopefully I'm not stuck to my desk. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second. And I've got this pine pipe cleaner, and I'm just gonna make it into a little wreath that I'm gonna glue on here. So we'll just round this out. And this will help it stick together as well. So then we can put that in the center, which is cute. And then I've got some of the buffalo plaid ribbon. And I'm going to make a bow to put on it. Shrink it down. There we go. Scissors. Oh, it's a little big. Let's break it down just a little bit more here. So with wreaths, sometimes you see the bow on the bottom and sometimes you see the bow on the top. Which do you prefer? And is there a preference, I guess? Is there a method to when you should do one or the other, or is it just whatever you like to see? Hopefully I didn't stick this to my desk. There we go. Okay, so we've got that there. And I'm going to cut a little bit off. It's a little bit bulky on one side over the other. There we go. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue right here. Grab this little handy device so I can press it down into the glue without burning myself. Cora, you got your presents done. Bravo, bravo. Okay. And then let's put this little bow up here. And how stinking cute did that turn out? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to make a couple more of these, and I might do some different colors, but I will be sure to post some pictures when they are done. But let me show you the present that it's going to go on. And a quick little tip, if you don't have ribbon but would like to add just a little bow to your present, you can use fabric. Let me grab my present here. Make sure that this is going to be good to move. It's still a little tacky, but we'll be super careful with it. Oops, no. Let's try this again. While I show you this present, we will try and get this to stick here. So I have this present, and I actually just had some of this fabric left over from our Thanksgiving stuff that we did. We made a bow out of it for Joy Box. I had some left over and made a garland banner out of it and some other fabric. And then I had some, I used some to make a toilet paper pumpkin. So if you're interested in those crafts, head back into our past videos and check those out. But I had this left over, and it was actually my daughter who grabbed it and said, what about this for the ribbon? And I love that it has the torn edges. So you can grab fabric, you can snip an end and then just rip it, and it will rip a straight line down. And you can make it any thickness that you want, whatever you choose. And then we just wrapped it around, flipped it on the back side, and brought it around and put a bow here. But let's just bring then our star out, which I will put a little hanger on the end here. I'll glue a hanger on there and then tie this to the present. And doesn't that just look sweet and fancy, and just adds a little extra something to the present? So anyways, if you are needing ribbon and don't have any, you can always just use fabric. And it looks just as great, especially if you've got these nice ripped edges and torn edges with the rustic snowflakes. So anyways, I wanted to show you that quick craft and visit with you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will chat with you later. Have a good rest of your Monday, and stay warm. Bye, guys.